The Lee Group will be holding its 11th annual Small Business Workshop May 14th at 8 a.m. at the Corner Ballpark located at 1680 Michigan Avenue in Detroit. This year's theme is Thriving Through Uncertainty. Come and join the conversation as business leaders from across Detroit will be addressing this critical issue. This is a free event, and for more information, please go to leadgroupinnovation.com. That's leadgroupinnovation.com and click on the Small Business Workshop tab. All right, welcome to this edition of In the Conference with Mark S. Lee. Hey, the sun is shining, it's warming up, the Tigers are winning. Pistons are in the playoffs. Hey, okay. I'm not going to talk about the Pistons, of course. But we are in the throes of spring and post Easter. I hope everybody's having a wonderful early spring. I want you to sit back and relax, enjoy the conversation. As you know, this is your source for business across the great city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, as well as across the country. My name is Mark S. Lee, and I am your host. We've been doing this each and every week for several years, and I appreciate the ongoing favorable feedback and support. So sit back and enjoy the conversation. You heard me reference the Tigers a little bit earlier. We're going to take a slightly different approach this afternoon and talk to Miss Asia Gholston, and she's the Vice President of Brand Marketing of Village Sports and Entertainment. And she's joined me in the conference room before. She's also joined me on CBS, as you all know. And what we're going to do is to focus on the weekends, marquee weekends that are taking place this summer in Comerica Park. Asia Gholston, thanks for joining me. How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. We just came off a great 10-game homestand, so happy to kind of shift to talk about the business.
Well, you know what? Let's start there. I mean, what's the phrase? What was it? Somebody made the Tigers hot. I think is that what it was this year.
Don't let the Tigers get hot.
That's
Now
what it's
looking like I'm ready to run that tagline back. So I welcome it.
Yeah, that is awesome. So let's talk about, again, we're not going to talk baseball. We're not going to talk about the team per se, but I really want to focus on the fan experience and all the things that the organization is doing as it relates to enhancing the fan experience at Comerica Park this summer. Here we are in April, get 4 or 5 months of baseball ahead of us. And let me turn it over to you to talk at a very high level about the importance of the fan experience from the Tigers' perspective.
Yeah, the fan experience is so vital. Unlike some other sports, we have 81 home games. So we want fans to come back multiple times, if not all 81 home games. So we spend a lot of time thinking about what that fan experience is from the time they park to the time they enter the ballpark to the time they get to their seat to the time they leave. So we're always trying to find new ways to enhance that.
And as you talk about enhancing it, feedback, customer feedback, the fan experience feedback. How do you take that feedback and how is it used to help to crystallize that fan experience moving forward?
Yeah, we have quite a few different surveys that go out even at the league level. Last year, we launched the Detroit Tigers fan panel, which is something I'm really excited to dive into with our fans. So those are fans who have raised their hands to answer questions on a myriad of topics. It can be anything from the giveaways to the music, the game presentation, the type of offerings that we have at the ballpark. So that's something our team has been spending a lot of time into. And funny enough, for giveaways on Saturdays, my team and I, we kind of sneak down and be amongst the fans just to hear it, like as they're getting it, as they're walking in the gates, and you see fans start to put it on and they're touching the different wearables and the fabric. So we kind of get some feedback by just like actually being down in the mix with the fans. So that's one of my favorites. Like we'll have text messages flying around like, I see so many people with the jacket on, or the line is crazy and fans are really excited. They're hoping to get their sizes. Sizes is something that we instituted last season. So it's not just you come to the gate, it's an extra large everything. We have sizes starting in the youth all the way to double XL. So I'm really excited. And it's good to see that fans are like, oh, this fits me and I can wear it. Wearing the Old English is, we know something is really important to the city of Detroit. So we try to make sure that it's not too commercialized. One of my favorites this year, and it's because I went to Michigan State, is our Michigan State hat. And it's actually like, I'll wear this. It's not more of like a commercial thing. It's something like it reps two brands that are really important to me.
Mm-hmm. That's great in terms of personalizing it. And let's talk about, so as you come out of 24, a successful season on the field, and clearly 25, it seems off to an outstanding start as well. And there were some enhancements at Comerica Park. You and I chatted about that before, the seats behind home plate. What are some of the other noticeable things that fans have been giving you feedback going into this year in terms of some of the activities which we'll be getting into shortly? What are some of the things that they say, hey, we wish we could see more of this, we wish we could have more of that? And what were a couple of things that he kind of highlighted for you?
Yeah, we tested out block parties last year, and we received a lot of good feedback that fans want something to do before first pitch. So we try to create those environments. We had an opening weekend block party this year that had a ton of different local food options, local drink options. There was something for the entire family. So that was something that we want to continue to test out and do more of. Marquee weekends is something that's really near and dear to the brand side and my heart. Yes, I'm so happy you have that.
There
Those
you go.
like went like hotcakes. Like I don't even have one of those. Like that's how quickly they got distributed. So you're holding up our brochure that we gave out at the What's New event. That yes, let's see the different panels and all the logos. So for marquee weekends, how we describe that is how do we make sure that the community that we're celebrating or the weekends that we're celebrating, we show up, right? It's not just a regular baseball game. Like we love our regular baseball games, but here are the weekends that we really put a stamp on what's important to us as an organization. So this year we actually rebranded a few of our marquee weekends. Starting with in May, we have Strikeout Cancer. So a lot of
Hmm.
fans know our Saturday Pink Out the Park. It's one of our biggest days in baseball. And you asked about feedback, and Pink Out the Park is very tied to breast cancer awareness. Some of the things that have come back is like, hey, I love this weekend, but there's a different cancer cause that has affected my family. We've gotten that feedback, internal and external. So we wanted to expand that. So we created Strikeout Cancer Weekend because we want to be able to raise awareness to all the different types of cancers that may affect fans, players, the city, the community. That was something that was really important to us. So we still have our Pink Out the Park on Saturday, but Friday we're raising awareness to all cancers. And then
Mm.
Sunday, because Sunday is our kids' day, we are looking at it through a pediatric lens. So I'm really excited for the things that you guys will be able to experience at the ballpark during that weekend.
And as I'm also looking, I see in here, I'm looking at the brochure that she says very hard to get. It's very hot. So there's a strikeout the cancer weekend. That looks like that's the weekend of May 23rd to the 25th. And then after that, you have Black in Baseball. I know that you and I chatted briefly about that at What's New. Talk about rebranding from Negro Leagues weekend, if you will, to Black in Baseball.
Yeah, so for those who don't know or not aware, or some people may know that the Detroit Tigers have the longest running Negro League celebration in all of Major League Baseball. And so for someone who has been doing it so long, we're always trying to find ways to enhance it. And we actually had a conversation with a few of our legends who mentioned that there are people who are left out of that weekend. And so we had to take a
Mm.
step back and say, like, well, how do we tell the full story of our players who didn't get a chance to or did not play in the Negro Leagues weekend, but has been so impactful to the game and the Detroit Tigers brand and what we have meant to the city. You have like Mr. Willie Horton, like he's someone who we've been discussing this weekend a lot with. And that's when we made the determination is how do we continue to work with our partners, Comerica, and expand it and also keep people coming back. And that's
Yeah.
when we decided that this would be a great year to rebrand it from Negro Leagues Weekend to Black and Baseball Weekend so that we can celebrate all things related to that culture.
I have been involved with that weekend for the last couple of years, last 2 or 3 years, and I've always been honored and have been asked to do the Q&A on Saturday at Comerica Park. And, that's important to me, just as a person who grew up in the city. I remember standing in the concourse there and just looking at the audience, a diverse audience, and the pride in the people's faces, and the pride of the older, the more mature players up on the stage. And I can tell you, Age, is just getting goosebumps even talking about it right now because you see that direct impact that all the players, the black players, all the players have had on the game of baseball, and that's just a wonderful weekend, as they all are, by the way, as they all are. That's just
Have
an
your
awesome.
favorites. It's okay. You're a
Well,
real
no,
fan.
no,
You're a real
all
fan.
these. I am a real fan, and you Mr. Horton. He's just an awesome individual, and obviously a legend in Detroit. And to get his impact in a weekend like that, that's truly to get his input. That's truly an awesome experience. And then you got the 25th anniversary coming up,
Yes. This is another one. Well,
July.
I'm excited about all of them. So, like, whenever somebody asks me, I'm like, all of them are my favorite because there's so much planning going into all these weekends to make sure that we hit the mark and we do it right, and that
Yes.
fans who are looking at the schedule and trying to map out their summers, that they see these weekends and they know, like, I have to be there. So one of my favorite items for that weekend is we're giving away a replica of Comerica Park, which I'm super excited about. I nerd out about those things. So you talk about like our giveaways and how we try to up them every year. So this is one that'll be new to a collector or even someone who's just excited to celebrate the 25th anniversary with us at our beautiful ballpark.
I remember going to opening the very first year, and I can't believe it's been 25 years. And just to see how that ballpark has evolved over the years in terms of the customer experience, in terms of just the overall atmosphere, is truly incredible. And then you come back in September now with Fiesta Tigres. Did I say it correctly?
Yes. Yes, you did. So
Okay.
Fiesta
Talk to us.
Tigres is actually another long-standing celebration that we have with our partner Miller Lite to celebrate the contributions that the Hispanic community has brought to the game. Really excited about that weekend. It's just a party, which is why I love that we called it Fiesta Tigres. So it's a party all weekend at the ballpark.
Yeah, you kind of see it a little bit over here, but that's an
Yes.
awesome weekend as well. Now, that is the weekend of September 19th and the 20th. And the thing I like about these programs is you really focus on the themes. You've made a theme out of each of one of these weekends as opposed to just a game. When fans come to these themed weekends, what kind of feedback and do you get to the themes and the ticket packages that you offer? Is it generally favorable? Are people pushing back and saying, "Hey, how come you don't do this weekend as opposed to that weekend?" What's the overall fan experience and feedback like to that?
Yeah, so for those weekends in particular, the fan it's more of a like if you know, you know, if you've been there, it's great.
Yeah.
And what we look to do from a marketing standpoint and brand and comms is we partner together and how do we show up in the community leading into that weekend. So something like we created pillars around our marquee weekends. So when we're in these meetings, it's how are we doing the storytelling? Food and beverage is big for those weekends. Even some of our heritage nights, we try to make sure that we're working with our partners, DNC, to create a food component. Music. So Friday night is our Friday night party in a park. So how do we recreate the party to celebrate what that marquee weekend is? The Saturday giveaway matches whatever that weekend is. And then there's special ticket packages that also lean into that. And then there's the youth component. How are we supporting the youth, whether it's in youth baseball? Are we having a special item or giveaway at the kids club membership so they feel a part of it? How do we make sure that we're checking all these boxes so nothing gets left out? There's retail, there's food and beverage, there's community, there's content, there's storytelling, because I don't want fans to just say like, oh, they only invite me to the ballpark on Friday. It's like, no, we have a whole week worth of storytelling that we want to be where you are, and then we want to invite you to the ballpark.
The beauty of this, as we begin to wrap up, is we're talking to Miss Asia Gholston, and she's the head of brand development for
Brand
Illustrated.
marketing.
Thank you, brand marketing for Illustrated Sports Entertainment, and she's spending a wonderful time, her busy schedule out of her busy schedule today, just chatting about the themed events for Comerica Park for the Tigers this summer, 2025 marquee weekends. Their theme is built different, by the way, built different. And the thing I like about this while I was going was the evolution of these over the years. And I love the fact that it's not just a game, but you evolve into the weekend. You've evolved into the entire experience. And I think as we wrap up again, as you look ahead, other ideas that as you get to 26 and beyond, as you get beyond this baseball season, what other things that you have on the horizon which will help to connect with the younger generation and other segments of the population as well?
I mentioned music with our Friday night party in the park, so we're looking to expand upon that platform as well. So there'll be some things coming out this year, but also how do we go bigger and better next year?
Okay. And as we wrap up again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to say anything you want to say in 30 seconds or less, including the website where people get more information.
Yes, if you go to MLB.com/Tigers or Detroit Tigers, there is a web page dedicated to our marquee weekends. There's a web page dedicated to our giveaways. So you can map out which Saturday you absolutely have to be at the ballpark. They have been flying like hotcakes, I will tell you. The giveaways this year are they're better. They get better every year. And then also our special ticket packages. So there are some giveaways that have a collector's item that you can get through the special ticket package. So I encourage you all to check out the website, and I hope to see you at Comerica Park every marquee
Well,
weekend.
man, I want to make sure I say it right this time. The official title, Aisha Gholston, Vice President, Brand Marketing, Hillary Sports Entertainment. You've been here for a year. You've done an incredible job. And I
Thank
think it's
you.
a very strong correlation from the time that you got here. The Tigers have been really going to the next level. And we got to make sure we keep you around for another 30 years.
I'm here as long as the fans, the brand, and the city will have me. I love it here.
Absolutely. Asia Gholston, we want to thank you. All make it a great day.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you all for tuning in to this week's edition of In the Conference Room with Mark FC. I want you all to go out, make it a great day, make it a great week. We will check you out next time in the conference room. And I know we're talking to Tigers, but I have to say, well, Pistons as well. After that devastating loss yesterday, we pulled for our sports teams, and the Pistons will bounce back. Hopefully, hopefully. All right, we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. The Lee Group will be holding its 11th annual Small Business Workshop May 14th at 8 a.m. at the Corner Ballpark, located at 1680 Michigan Avenue in Detroit. This year's theme is Thriving Through Uncertainty. Come and join the conversation as business leaders from across Detroit will be addressing this critical issue. This is a free event, and for more information, please go to leadgroupinnovation.com. That's leadgroupinnovation.com and click on the Small Business Workshop tab.